Love them or hate them, there's no denying that Lululemon has totally changed modern athletic culture. They created an entirely new market, popularized a lifestyle centered around health and achievement, and have influenced decades of athletic wear. As they continue to expand into new markets with cutting technology like smart mirrors, we have to wonder, are they about to redefine home fitness as well? We've covered Lululemon before on our sister channel, so if you want to know more about their rise to fame and their oddly cult-like company culture, make sure to check that out after we're done here. But the main thing to understand is that Lululemon's call to fame is their commitment to innovating, which led them to basically invent women's athletic clothing. Today, they're kind of stuck, always having to come up with something new in order to retain that edge with the competition. Whether that means mushroom bags, seaweed shirts, or mildly dystopian mirrors that talk to you while you work out.
Silence!
And yes, I'm referring to Lululemon's 2020 acquisition of Mirror, a smart tech device invented by a pregnant ballerina who wanted a convenient way to exercise from home, but without sacrificing all of the advantages of a studio. It's basically like if you took your favorite YouTube yogi and trapped her soul in a mirror and then were able to follow her directions while benefiting from the self-feedback of the mirror at the same time. Lululemon eventually rebranded this as Lululemon Studio Mirror and partnered with world-class instructors to populate their database of workouts. If you purchase the mirror and subscribe to Lululemon Studio, you'll have access to thousands of classes for a variety of activities. Yoga and Pilates, of course, but also boxing, meditation, Tai Chi, you name it. All included in this 2-foot wide mirror that can also help you count calories, monitor your heart rate, and create a personalized workout plan. While many of these classes are on demand, there's also a robust live schedule and built-in camera so that you can actually work out real time with instructors who can give you feedback on your form and push you to do your best. This was understandably pretty appealing back in 2020 when we were all stuck in our houses. During lockdowns, Mirror might have been the closest thing to a real workout community many of us had access to. I mean, of course, other than Peloton, a huge lockdown success that sadly ended in massive layouts as the world reopened. That's a whole other story that may just be another video if there's enough interest, so let us know. Turns out a lot of people prefer working out in actual studios and gyms, and critics are still scratching their heads over Lululemon's $500 million acquisition, thinking maybe it was just a way overpriced piece of lockdown tech. Alternatively, maybe Lululemon actually knew what they were doing. It's no secret that Lululemon is a lifestyle brand. They built their name by creating a community around their brand, inviting employees and customers alike into their company culture by doing things like offering classes and events. In an obvious way, Mirror is part of expanding that community, not just to those self-quarantining, but for many others who find it difficult to get to a traditional class, moms and stay-at-home parents being a major demographic here. But Mirror is a big deal to Lululemon in a much more subtle, arguably nefarious way. The real advantage of it is that it effectively traps customers within the Lululemon ecosystem. See, you can't just buy the mirror and hook it up to your favorite free workout stream. You have to keep paying Lululemon $39 per month as a studio member in order to actually use the thing. And that's after spending $1,000 or more on the product itself. This might sound a little ridiculous to anyone who's used to free yoga with Adriene on demand. It's about the same price as many in-person gym memberships and actually quite a bit more than others. But they sweeten the deal with a 10% discount off Lululemon products, not to mention the ability to create up to 6 profiles with your membership. It's not hard to see what they're doing here. If you spend $1,000 on a mirror, you'll have to spend on the membership. And if you spend on the membership, you'll want to make the most of it. And that's going to involve buying all the Lululemon things and sharing your joy with your entire household. They're openly trying to infiltrate every aspect of your workout, from the instructors you work with to the clothing you wear. It's a powerful way of deepening that connection between brand and customer, solidifying that Lululemon identity across an expanding demographic. Of course, none of this matters if people don't latch on to the mirror. Right now, Mirror is far from the success Lululemon envisioned, but it's still early in the game and they're not done innovating with it. There are some things that make it genuinely desirable and give it an edge to, say, Peloton. Probably the biggest selling point is how versatile this product is. You can cycle in one spot on the Peloton bike, or you can use the mirror to do kickboxing one day, bar the next, and then maybe try your hand with kettlebell or Latin dancing. Whatever suits your moods and interests. You can also filter according to your preferences and needs. Injured a leg? Filter for upper body only exercises. Bad back? Check off that low intensity option. For an extra price, you can even bring on a personal trainer. And then when you aren't using it, it's not like this massively hideous elliptical taking up space in your garage collecting dust. It's sleek, stylish, and unobtrusive, passing totally as a normal mirror when it's not turned on. All in all, it's not a half-bad product once you get past the initial weirded out phase of a mirror that talks, and reviewers seem to genuinely enjoy it. And yet, despite all the mirror's apparent niceties, it remains a totally unnecessary and overly expensive product for the majority of us. Honestly, it just feels like Lululemon is innovating for the sake of innovating at this point. Let's be real, how many of you need world-class instructors, cutting-edge smart technology, heart rate monitors, and all the latest advances in yoga pants in order to build an active lifestyle? The answer is none of you. None of you need any of that. We've been fed constant lies for years by the fitness industry that to accomplish our health goals, achieve the ideal figure, whatever that even means, we need to hand them over all of our money so that we can access the best of the best. We see this in other areas as well. Turns out that a lot of golfers and tennis players have been wearing Lululemon for a while. Lululemon noticed this and started to make clothing specifically for those markets in order to
bring credibility to the sport through unique innovation.
What does that mean? Like, what does he mean when he says that? They talk about bringing their obsession with innovation to these new sports, but how specialized does your polo shirt need to be for you to hit a ball with a club?
336 to the hole today.
I mean, really. There's nothing wrong with creating a golf-specific shirt, but let's not pretend that the Lululemon logo is somehow going to make you a real player or something. Now I get it. There is something a bit more motivating about working out in clothes that you feel good in. And there's no question that a talented instructor can bring out the best in you. But there's a difference between enabling people to do their best and actively pushing a sense of inadequacy in order to secure more sales. Lululemon is kind of infamous for this. We go into more detail on our sister channel, but they have long been criticized for fostering a toxic wellness culture. There's this sense that it's not good enough for you to throw on a comfy pair of sweats and go for a jog. You've got to invest in all the latest tech and fashion developments, or you're not doing it right. Even the fact that mirror is, well, a mirror kind of plays into this. It puts the focus back on how you look rather than how you feel. It's hard to totally forget just how hideous your old shorts are and how untoned your body is compared to your instructor when you're staring right at yourself the entire time. I know there are benefits to mirrors in terms of correcting your form, but that doesn't change the psychological temptation to compare and self-shame. Mirror and all these other innovations have their uses, but chances are you already have what you need to build the active lifestyle you want. I personally just move my body based on how I feel. Could be a slow stretch some days or dancing and hiking on others. For me, it's about doing what my body is craving and having a good time while maximizing my overall health. The best part is I don't have to keep paying Lululemon $40 a month. Just like gym memberships, which are a huge scam that we covered in a previous video, there's a real risk here that you'll buy the mirror, commit to the minimum 12-month membership, and find you have an incredibly expensive, over-engineered mirror that you're stuck paying monthly bills for another 11 months. In the end, Lululemon isn't all that impressive on the things that really matter. Sure, they've pretty much perfected placing seams in exactly the right places to give your butt that sculpted look. But these days, there's no shortage of businesses putting out quality, attractive sportswear. And many of these excel in areas that consumers are increasingly caring about. You know, like treating their employees like actual people and not totally trashing the planet they depend on. Lululemon is so proud that they'll resell your old clothing and that they use some recycled materials in some of their products. Meanwhile, Girlfriend Collective will take your old clothes and recycle them into new ones in an initiative to make your clothing completely renewable. Honestly, I find Girlfriend Collective's circular economy far more impressive than seams that make butts look toned. Lululemon got us used to spending a pretty penny on our workouts. Why not instead put that money to something that helps you connect more with your community? That Mirror membership could go to an in-person yoga or dance class instead. And those real-life bonds have the potential to go a lot further in making you a happier, healthier person than having access to the world's best instructors. But no matter what you choose, don't let these companies convince you that you're not enough without them. You don't need them, they need you. And that puts you in a position of power to invest in the things that reflect your values and needs rather than chasing an elusive and contrived ideal. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to support us making more health-related content like this, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. The end.